Okay, so in this video all we're going to do is look at various equations of circles given in bracket notation, and we're just simply going to write down the centre and the radius of each of the circles. Then what we're going to do, we're going to do things the other way around. We're going to take circles which perhaps we already know what the centre and radius is, and from that we're going to work out what the equation is. Okay, so first of all, let's say I give you an equation of a circle which reads x minus 2 in a bracket squared plus y plus 7 in a bracket squared is equal to 16. Okay? I know, looking at that equation straight away, what the centre and what the radius is. The centre will be simply the opposite sign to minus 2, so the x coordinate will be plus 2. Opposite sign to plus 7 will be minus 7. So the centre point is 2 minus 7. If that is 16, then the radius will be the square root of 16, which is 4. And it's as simple as that. If I give you another one, x plus 3 in a bracket squared plus y minus 1 in a bracket squared equals 3. Okay, in this particular example, equation of a circle, a bracket squared with x in plus a bracket squared with y in equals a number. The centre of the circle, very simply, will be, if that's plus 3, minus 3. That's minus 1, that'll be plus 1. The radius will simply be the square root of that, which I leave in surd format. So that's not very difficult. Another one, I could do x squared plus y minus 3 all squared is equal to 8. Okay, now in this case, this x squared looks very similar to ones that I was doing a couple of videos ago. And if you remember, when we had x squared plus y squared, the centre of the circle was 0, 0. Well, if you want to, you see, you could write x as x plus or minus, doesn't really matter, 0. X minus 0 or x plus 0 makes no difference really. So you could write it like that if you wanted to. Okay, now obviously it's written like that, it's similar sort of format to the line above, the previous example. So you can see straight away that the centre of this circle will simply be nothing from the first bracket, and if that's minus 3, a plus 3 for the second bracket, and the radius will simply be the square root of 8. Once again, root 8 can simplify, as I did in a previous example, so r is equal to 2 root 2's, which is the same as the root of 8. So there you go. In future, when we've got just x squared on its own, I'm not going to write it like that. If you just got x squared on its own, you know the x coordinate will be 0 for the centre. And similarly, if we had something like x minus 2 in a bracket squared plus y squared, then the y coordinate of the centre would just be 0. Okay, so that's taking an equation and working out the centre and radius just by looking at it. So that's fairly straightforward. Let's do it the other way around. So if I get rid of those, okay, let's say that we know that the centre of a circle is 3, 4, and I know that the radius is 4. Then from that information I can very quickly work out what the equation of the circle is. The equation of the circle will take the format a bracket squared plus another bracket squared equals the radius squared. If r is equal to 4, then this is simply going to be 4 squared, 16. Inside the bracket I have an x and then I have a y in that one. If these are both positives, you need a minus 3 in the first bracket, and if that's 4, you need a minus 4 in the second bracket. And that's it. That's the equation of the circle. I give another one. Centre is minus 2, 0, and the radius is root 7. Okay, and I want to know what the equation of the circle is. Right, the equation of the circle will be, I take a bracket, if it's minus 2, the first bracket will be x plus 2 squared. Plus, now because the second coordinate, the y coordinate, is 0, I don't really need to put a bracket at all. I could put y plus 0 if I want, or y take 0 if I want in a bracket, but I don't need to. I can just write y squared equals, and then on this side we have the radius squared. Well, if you take root 7 and you square it, you get 7. So there you go. If we have a circle with centre minus 2 comma 0 with a radius of root 7, then its equation would be that. Okay, let's do another one. If I give you, call that number 1 perhaps, call that number 2, call that number 3. So if I give you that the centre of a circle is 0, minus 5, and I tell you that the radius is 1, okay, then the equation of the circle will be, because the first one is 0, I'm just going to write x squared, or if you like, x plus 0 in a bracket, or x minus 0 in a bracket, doesn't really matter, but the best way of showing that is just x squared. Plus, then in the bracket, y, if that's minus 5, you put plus 5, and you square it. Okay, and that will be equal to, and then this quantity is simply the radius squared. Well, if the radius is 1, 1 squared is 1. It's really simple. I'll do one more. Okay, let's say we've got a centre of minus 6 minus 3, and let's say that the radius is equal to root 5, like so. Then I would suggest to you that the equation of the circle will be x, if that's minus 6, it'll be plus 6 squared, plus, and if that's a minus 3, it'll be y plus 3 in a bracket squared, equals, and if the radius is root 5, you're going to have to ignore the ding-dongs, it's my clock. The radius squared will be that squared, which is 5. So there you go. There's the equation of this particular circle. Well, that's the end of this video.